All right, y'all, we're taking a look at this boudoir Facebook ad. Gonna check it out, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka boudoir low-click syndrome. And BLCS, boudoir low-click syndrome, is when the unique CTR all, or boudoir Facebook ad, is under 6%. So this means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are clicking somewhere on our boudoir Facebook ad. And we care about that because that means if they click somewhere on it, they're not simply scrolling on by. And also, if they click somewhere on it, we know our ad has entered their brain, which means that's the only chance that we can get them to buy from us, is getting our ad into their brain. So we gotta get this number as high as possible. 6% is the minimum. If we got 6%, we got something super wrong. If we're under 6%, we got something super wrong. And that's because a unique CTR all under 6% is not normal. It's super common. I see it everywhere, but it's not normal. It's actually the symptom of a deeper root cause. And that deeper root cause are the 3 pre-click mistakes. We also know that a boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a boudoir low-click advertiser, a BLCA. And so we got building up our universe here. We got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. We also know that BLCS is treated with boudoir pre-click optimization, aka boudoir Pico, and treatment takes about a week. And we invented this. Basically, we're going to leave the current ad, we duplicate it, and we apply treatment to the duplicated boudoir Facebook ad. It takes about a week. Then after a week, we keep whichever one running is the one that has the best metrics. And it's always been the boudoir Pico treated ad. So once treated with boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment, PCA. So we get rid of the 3 pre-click mistakes, we achieve PCA. And pre-click alignment activates boudoir brain entry boost in our boudoir Facebook ads. Basically, we got our unique CTR all above 6%. So our ad is going into more than 6 out of every 100 women's brains. And a boudoir Facebook advertiser with boudoir brain entry boost is a dominant boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So this is our full universe, a BLCS universe here. We got a BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Solution is easy. Boudoir Pico takes about a week. And then we can achieve pre-click alignment. And we become a dominant boudoir advertiser with boudoir brain entry boost. Now, my residency went out there, found some boudoir Facebook ads out in the wild, brought them back to the hospital. One of them brought it back, tested it, found its unique CTR all was 4.3%. So that's under 6%, so we know that BLCS is present. And so we duplicated it, treated it with boudoir Pico, took about a week, got the unique CTR all up to 6.88%. So we found out the original was wasting 37% of ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand on the original, now all they need to do is spend $6,300 a month on the boudoir Pico treated ad, and in both scenarios get their ad into the same number of women's brains. So at $3,700 a month, they don't have to spend anymore. They can pocket it. It's kind of like a phantom bonus, an efficiency bonus, because they no longer have to spend it. So it's it's like $40K bonus over the next 12 months. And, don't need to, literally do not need to service any clients, literally no extra work. It's simply by eliminating the wasted spend. All right, second part of my residency, found a boudoir Facebook ad at unique CTR all 1.39%. So we knew that BLCS is present because unique CTR all under 6%. So BLCS is present. So duplicated it, treated it with boudoir Pico, took about a week, and got the unique CTR all up to 9.13%. So insanely good, much better. So we found out the original boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 84% of its ad spend. So again, if they're spending 10 grand a month on boudoir Facebook ads, then, on the original, now they only need to spend 1.6 grand a month with the new boudoir Pico treated ad and get their ads into the same number of women's brains, in both scenarios. So $8,400 wasted ad spend each month, eliminated, back in their pocket. It's literally like $100,000 bonus at the end of the next 12 months. All right, and finally, had a patient, unique CTRL. He had 5.03%, so we know that BLCS was present. Did a lot more work with this one, treating it with Boudoir Pico. And it took about a week. And we found out that, so we went from 5.03%, so we know that BLCS is present. And then we got it up to unique CTRL 15.35%, which is insanely good. And found out he was wasting, his original Boudoir Facebook ad was wasting 67% of its ad spend. So if he's spending $10,000 a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, then, on the original, then all he has to do is spend $3,300 on the Boudoir Pico treated ad, and he gets his ad into the same number of women's brains in both scenarios. So literally he can stop paying that $6,700 a month, pocket that, and once he pockets that, he can actually, it's kind of like a phantom extra bonus every month. And at the end of it, it's like an $80,000 extra bonus. So the average Boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS, from what I've seen, is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. Census win, look at these numbers here. We got wasting 37% of ad spend, wasting 84% of ad spend, wasting 67% of ad spend. And you average these numbers, it's going to average between 50 to 60%. So, if they're spending more than $10,000 a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, then approximately $5,000 every single month is being wasted. We can eliminate that, put that back in the Boudoir photographer's pocket, literally every single month, approximately. And so at the end of 12 months, it's approximately $60,000 back in their pocket. They don't have to do any extra work for. All right, so look at here, we got the below creative cluster mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is we're following what Facebook's telling us when we fill out our ads. That's the big problem. The consequence of this is more women scrolling by our ads than necessary, lowering unique CTRL, dragging us under the 6% unique CTRL, higher chance of giving us BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. And the back end, Facebook actually makes more money because they can serve more ads per unit time, the more women that scroll by our ads and don't click anywhere on them. So that's why Facebook recommends us to do this. Finally, looking at the creative, yeah, we got the looks like an ad mistake. The false belief that causes us to make this mistake is we actually believe that an ad should look like an ad, because other Facebook ads we've seen look like ads. Other Boudoir Facebook ads, other ads on Facebook, and so we believe ours should look like an ad as well. But that's why nearly every Boudoir Facebook ad, well, actually has been 100%. Every Boudoir Facebook ad I've checked out has had BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. So consequence of this, more women scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ad than necessary. Finally, we're going to look at the see more headline here. The first 2 3/4 lines Facebook mobile newsfeed. So we got Nebraska ladies. Inviting a handful of women to join me for a unique Boudoir personal consultation. All right, so got a few points of context here, but we're missing some other big ones. So this is the lack of context mistake. The false belief that causes us to make this mistake is, we're believing we've got enough we've set the right context. And we believe that is the number one thing that'll help bring in buyers. But in fact, the way we get it right now, we're going to have way more women scrolling by our boudoir Facebook ad than necessary. So our ad never even enters their brain. So how this contributes to BLCS. Pulling our unique CTRL under 6% contributes to boudoir low click syndrome. So all right, so overall looking at this, yes, I do believe this has boudoir low click syndrome, aka BLCS, and therefore I believe it has a unique CTRL under 6%. So if you're a BLCA, a boudoir low click advertiser with BLCS, with boudoir low click syndrome, so unique CTRL of your boudoir Facebook ads is under 6%, and you're spending more than 10 grand a month on boudoir Facebook ads, and you decide you gotta get this BLCS fixed because you've pulled out money from other places in the business that you've been able to optimize, but now you need to pull it out from your Facebook ads. You want to eliminate the wasted ad spend, optimize your boudoir Facebook ads, because now you know, oh man, probably on average wasting 5K a month here, 60 grand over the next year, and you'd rather have, approximately, and you'd rather have that back in your pocket instead of in Facebook's pocket. Then shoot me a DM when I open up for new patient intake. My DMs are not open right now. But when my DMs open for new patient intake, shoot a DM and we will see if you qualify.